The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Eagles. The Texans are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock.
Well, wait, looks like both war rooms are feverishly back on the phones. I think that means a trade is coming.
The Texans are now on the clock.
How come nobody's at the podium? That's because both teams are right now working on a trade.
The Texans are now on the clock.
I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade.
Start your week by installing your game plan. Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Jackson.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson. On first down, Watson. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the 50, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. And the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason. And we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, here's Watson. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
On second down, Johnson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for. Right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Here's 2nd and 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, Mission accomplished. Points on the board.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him. Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On second down, here's Fournette. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. Right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack, baby! Sack, baby!
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't...
3rd and long. It's Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Get him, boys. Yeah.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And able to find Green. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
18 Gators. Recon, 132 fighter. Screen, slam. Hey, box truck. Get it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Hurry.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll set up a throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
He's got his man here. It's Green. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT. There to make the grab. And the Texans push further out in front. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Set, 65, 65, 65.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
This one out quickly to Westbrook.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
3rd and 2, Watson. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. 23 yards, the final tally. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Now Leonard Fournette. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, the open man is Westbrook. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Watson. Open man is Westbrook, complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Completes it to Lee. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Watson looks to throw again. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead
and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Check 99. Check 99.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We own them.
The final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. Sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. Finding Green complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards on that one and also a Texan 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver. Defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
X3, 218, chopper, bravo.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Texans push further out in front. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And he completes it to Westbrook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain at 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Fournette. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Keep it up, guys. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Faking the give. Now Watson. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
Check right, check right. Watch 85.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And he will have a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see What I thought, that had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, oh, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On the draw, this is Scarborough. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Watson now to throw. Open is Swain, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Switch. 22 Jet Bomber, 22 Jet Bomber.
They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Green brings it in. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 16, 2:11 to go. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got the hook up to Lee. Being stopped just before the 35. Back to throw, Watson. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots. Oh, no, he lost the football. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way now. It's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. There goes Duke Johnson. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, 49 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Watson. He'll check this one off to Fournette. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Watson off play action. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And that's caught inside the 30.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Texans, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Start your week by installing your game plan.